We are live back inside the Shine Student Center at Syracuse University for Syracuse Giving Day 2025. My name is Chris Velardi, and in this segment, we're going to talk about this behind us, not the Dunkin' Donuts line, but the Esports and Gaming Center here at Shine. I'm joined by Carson Kass, a freshman shoutcaster, and let's start with the word shoutcaster because I'm guessing there are a lot of people who don't know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's your standard play-by-play commentator, same type of thing, but for esports, which is obviously played in the crown jewel of collegiate esports behind us, and it's a beautiful thing. It's really cool. It's the same thing as a regular play-by-play broadcaster, but it's a bit higher paced than what you're used to.
Yeah, I'm sure those video games move very quickly. We're going to talk about that coming up in just a bit. First, though, let's go over to our update desk. Nico Horning, who you hopefully met last hour, is there with an update on where things stand. Nico?
All right, Chris. Well, that Dunkin' line is definitely apparent right behind me. You can see it's all over the way out here. This has got to be a 20-minute line just to get a bagel sandwich or a coffee this morning. But that's not the point. We're here, 11 o'clock show. We got shows all day here in the Shine Student Center, and hopefully you're joining us from wherever you may be, either in the United States or even outside of the country as well. And maybe some of our West Coast folks are just waking up here at the 11 o'clock hour on the East Coast time. So that Shine, or rather the Esports Center, is going to be a very, very cool new addition to this already new Shine Student Center as well. And I've walked in there a few times. It is off the charts. It's amazing. You got screens everywhere. You got old Pac-Man retro machines that you can play. So next time you come here on campus, if you haven't been here in a little while, definitely go check out that Esports Center. But we'll have an update for that here in just a little bit. For now, I want to update you on where we are with things and where you can place your money if you have not elected to do so thus far, and maybe where most of that money is coming into right now. So as you can see, there's the schedule for the day. You can go to givingday.syr.edu and you can see where the money would go. And the cool thing about this whole thing is everyone always asks, where's the money going? Well, you can pick exactly where you want those few dollars or several dollars to go towards, whether it is a specific school, whether it is a specific area on campus, an organization. There are many funds that you can donate to here at Syracuse. So with that, there is your schedule. Again, givingday.syr.edu. If you want to get somewhere started, you can go to the priorities tab here, and it'll show where exactly most of the donations are wanted, or some areas that you could consider donating to. Obviously, the STEM area there, athletics, Hendricks Chapel. We talked to Dean Brian Conkle earlier. Kim and I did, and he was expressing his 10 habits that he goes to and lives by on a daily basis as well. So all these places that you can donate to as well, and we want to at least see what others are chiming in about here in the 11 o'clock hour. We have Mia, about an hour ago. As a recent alum of 24, I'm very grateful for my Syracuse experience, how it has informed me as a person and has prepared me for my career. It's impossible to imagine what my life would be without SU, nor would I want to know. Go Orange. So we hope you can interact with us there in the chat as well. And you can be like Mia, you can be like Melinda, Michelle, all these great comments about the interview with Brian last hour, and we'll have shows the rest of the day as well. All right, let's see where this money is going to, who it's coming from, that sort of thing. As you can see, the alumni has raised a significant amount of money at the moment, over $260,000, over 830 donors. Faculty and staff are there as well, along with the Syracuse University parent. So that's where most of that is coming from. As far as what class is in the lead, that's always a fun question. Well, the class of 2025 with 42 donors so far. Last year's class not far behind. And the most money raised, 1973. Always fun to look at where some of this money might be coming from thus far. Well, where is this money going? The most is the annual fund. That is what has raised the most money so far. College of Arts and Sciences is up there. I'm a Newhouse student. I'm a junior here at the school, and we are Newhouse Dean's Fund. Few places down here, but overall a very well spread wealth of money across the board here for what fund is in the lead. And then also we can take a look at where this money is coming from. That's always the fun part of this whole thing. I'm a California kid. I'm from Sacramento, so we're doing pretty well out there on the West Coast. Representing, always wearing orange. Obviously, with the new ACC sports expansion, allows for some of our California folks to attend games out there at Stanford or Cal, or even down to the Holiday Bowl when Syracuse took on Washington State for football. So a lot of money coming in from California, a lot of donations, some in Texas as well. Florida always has a good amount, and of course, New York is killing it as always. Over 1,100 donors so far here in the state of New York, Massachusetts. So really cool to see the spread and variety of where some of this money is coming from. And we can't forget about some of our international folks as well. Japan pitching in. You have Sweden. You have folks in Germany and the UK, also in Finland. So very cool spread across the board. And then, of course, the big glob of orange here in the United States and Canada. So that's where most of the money is coming from. Again, if you have any questions, you can head to the bottom of this tab. You know, where is this money going? How can I donate? How can I be involved here at Syracuse? So that's all I have for right now. We'll have more updates throughout the day as we go on, but hope your morning is going well here, whether you're just waking up on the West Coast or your day is in full swing here on the East Coast. Chris?
All right, Nico, thanks very much. I know Nico's hopping a flight right now to the West Coast, so safe travels to you, and thanks for that update. All right, let's get back to the Esports and Gaming Center behind us. This place still has the new Esports and Gaming Center smell to it. It just opened. Tell me about that day.
Yeah, we just opened in January. It was such a cool experience. Had a bunch of people here witness the first time this space has ever been used for a little live broadcast show between SU ROTC and our varsity esports team in Rocket League. And I mean, this space got that first stretch. You got the fresh smell, obviously, and it was so much fun. Had a lovely time.
All right, well, let's take a look. Let's take you back to that day so you can get a look inside the Esports and Gaming Center.
What if we had the best academic program in the country for esports? What if we had the best competitive esports program in the country? What if we were just the best at this? If that was our objective and our goal.
For the first time ever, I want to say welcome to the Gaming and Esports Center at the Shine Student Center at Syracuse University.
Our intent is to be the national powerhouse in various esports.
It's a commitment to be the best. It's a commitment to our current and our future learners. It's a commitment to deliver what they are expecting from us in this next generation of workforce.
Everybody is out there checking the box. When you check a box, you can only be as big as what other people think that box is. Here, I really see a vision of creating a new standard, of creating something brand new.
What you're going to see today is an exhibition of a game called Rocket League with our varsity Rocket League team against our Syracuse University ROTC.
It's great to be here, great to see when you put the broadcast, when you put the production, when you put the competition right there, face in front.
You know, on the offense, pinch off the top side, that ball's still in the center. Moving towards it is Lutheran as Towers gets it in the top right, and he scores! Tao is the first goal of the game opening at 2 minutes in. There's Gababy with a bit of a freestyle from his own end, pinches it in the middle, wanks one miss. Tasty Towers from midfield, goes up and over. That's a goal. 3-0 esports.
This also represents the opportunity to really set that new standard. And that's our vision, is to set the standard for what esports can be going forward in higher education.
I mean, even if you don't play video games, you've got to admit that is a pretty cool space. We're going to learn more about it in just a second. Now, I do want to also tell you there is some trivia happening. See what you know about esports and specifically esports at Syracuse throughout this segment. And we've got a Syracuse pickleball set for the winner. So let me get you started with the first question for trivia. You can jump on the website. It is just a little bit below where we are here on the screen. In what year did Syracuse University officially launch its varsity and academic program? 2018, 2020, 2022, or 2024? We're going to intersperse those questions throughout this segment, but let's now meet some of the folks who are joining us. Carson, you got a couple of esports friends.
Yeah, these guys, they do a lot of work around here. Izzy Kaplan, freshman in the esports major, and then coach of the Overwatch 2 team, Ryan Blankenhorn. So, Izzy, tell us a little bit about Where are you from? How'd you get into the esports major?
I'm from Long Island, New York, and I actually didn't come to Syracuse originally planning on majoring in esports. I wanted to do TRF. And when I was exploring Newhouse, I ended up talking to some professors, getting to know them, and they brought up this major. And it really caught my attention. I thought, that's really cool. Not only am I getting experience out of Newhouse, I'm also getting a Falk experience. I'm getting all the bases covered. And I love video games. So I thought it was a win-win. And when I heard that it was a brand new program, that it was like just starting out, I thought I could be part of something big, part of something new. So it got me really excited, and now I'm here.
Yeah, those opportunities are super cool, and it's kind of a unique way. No one's really like us in this sense, and those opportunities come once in a lifetime. I completely understand that, Ryan. What do those opportunities look like for you and your players as an Overwatch coach?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is, these opportunities, if you think about it like sports, right? I mean, there are scholarships, there are traveling to events, there's a lot that this program offers. Being Syracuse University, being a D1, R1 institution, you have a lot that you can actually operate and do as a player, and as myself, as a coach, I'm also a student, right? Like, that's not very common in sports to have students as head coaches of teams, and that's one of the opportunities with esports being so young and so new, is that this industry is filled with people in their late teens and early 20s. So you have to have people who are younger to help really grow the industry and grow collegiate esports from a varsity level.
I feel like the old guy here, but I do know there's Pac-Man. There's some video games that I'm familiar with from my childhood. I'm going to ask the next question in a second, but let's ask the next trivia question, which is, for which of the following popular games has Syracuse University fielded an official competitive team? Call of Duty, Rocket League, Valorant, or all of the above? You can weigh in and ask or answer that question. Izzy, I want to ask you, because I know that there are parents. Look, I'm a college-age parent. I've got a college-age children who are going to say, "Wait, you're majoring in video games? What does that look like? What does that look like?"
So when people ask me, like, "Wait, so you're majoring in video games?" I say, "Well, no, we don't play video games in class. If that's what you're wondering, we don't do any of that." It's pretty much just the best of both worlds. It's like majoring in communications and majoring in sports management. Just dumb it, simple it down to, the basics. But it's basically getting all of that out of one singular major, which is so cool because I've never seen anything like that before. There's nothing like that at this school or any other school. So when I heard that, I had to just see for myself.
It seems fair, yeah.
Yeah, that funding goes into a pioneering program like that, where Syracuse is the first of its kind, and those opportunities coming from being in one of the most watched, not entertainment values. Yes, it's one of the most accessible entertainment values to so many people, and more people watch video games as they grow up, and it's getting more popular as you go. I mean, you talk about it was one of the most popular sports. More people watched it last year than hockey and baseball, and that's obviously, if you're an American, that's not what you're ready to hear, but it's on the rise, and Syracuse is taking advantage of something that is new and exciting and pioneering a new form of entertainment.
And Syracuse wants to be on the cutting edge of that, and that's what this is really all about. I'm going to throw out the next trivia question. Who does Syracuse University esports compete against in their Power Esports Conference? Kansas Jayhawks, Michigan State Spartans, the Ohio State Buckeyes, or all of the above? And Ryan, since you do coach, and I know you know the answer, so you can't answer it, but you talked about this, thinking about it like sports. This is competitive. You guys are prepared. You guys have practice. This is a big deal and is taken very seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just like in sports, you have practice basically every day where you're getting conditioned, you're getting training, and you're doing individual work so that you're always up to that max tier that you can be to compete up against some of these other programs. And works just the same way in esports, right? We practice, I think our schedule right now, we got 5 days a week, 1 day of individual practice, and then 1 day off for people to stay up on academics. Obviously, all that still comes first. It's very important, right? Keeping their mental, their physical, their spiritual all up at the same time, while also keeping their professional level as players up at the same level so that they can compete.
No doubt about that. Going to move on to the next trivia question here. Where is the newest esports facility located here on campus? Is it Bird? Is it Bird Library? Is it the Lally Sports Complex? Is it here in the Shine Student Center? Is it Falk College? If you've been watching, you probably know the answer to this question. I want to know a little bit about the competitive part of this. And as a shoutcaster, as someone who's broadcasting this, the pace that this moves, and we saw a little clip of that in the grand opening video, this is fast. How do you train yourself to prepare and keep up?
I mean, it's difficult. You have to keep on top of so many games, especially as a caster. You have to know the meta, know everything that's changing as you go around it. But the competitiveness is a really cool aspect, because since you're going so fast, you can kind of get to know the players. There's less players than if you were watching a football team. You don't have to know 22. You only got to know 5. You know everybody's role, and knowing those roles and having those foundations allows me to see that competitiveness and that level of high-tier play that you see in the Power Esports Conference filled with 8 teams across the country. It helps a lot for me. I want to get into baseball broadcasting, and having that faster pace and knowing and being able to handle that, how quick it goes at any point, is a really good opportunity for me, and the competitiveness is unreal in that league. You have guys that are going to go pro at some point.
Yeah, no doubt. And any broadcaster will tell you that preparation is the key to success, because you're ready for whatever's happening, whether it's on the field or on the monitor in front of you. All right, next trivia question. The esports degree, and again, if you've been paying attention and you listened to Izzy earlier, you're going to know the answer to this. The esports degree is a joint degree program between what 2 Syracuse University schools and colleges? Is it Newhouse and VPA? Is it VPA and Falk? Is it Falk and Newhouse? Is it Newhouse and Whitman? Izzy, I know you know the answer, but so far in your experience, what's been your favorite part of the academic experience?
That's a hard question, because I feel like I've lived like 5 lives in the past few months here. But I mean, all of the immersive opportunities are incredible. Within my time here, I've already traveled twice with the program. And this isn't exclusive to academics, but the more involved you are, the more you're able to get involved in these opportunities. But within my first semester, I actually was able to travel to Germany. And we had a immersive experience with Rye Games, which was so incredible. And I went down to Myrtle Beach about 2 weeks ago for our Boost on the Beach LAN. And it's just crazy, because I tell my friends this, and they're like, what do you mean, like, you're just, like, traveling with the esports program? Like, I don't hear that anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's amazing. And, you know, you are hearing the word opportunity so much, and not just in this segment. You're really going to hear that in every segment we do, because this is what this is about. It's about providing these opportunities for students, for these experiences that you're not going to see and get anywhere else. All right, final question. Which Syracuse University varsity team has won a national championship? Is it Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, Counter-Strike 2, or Valorant? And Ryan, I know you know the answer to that question, so you're not allowed to answer that question. But tell me what is offered. What esports are played here at Syracuse?
So the esports that are officially played here on a varsity level, we have Overwatch 2, Valorant, Rocket League, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, CSGO, and Call of Duty. Those are the 6 games? I think I can do my math right. That's the 6 games we have here on a varsity level, but there's also more than that, right? Just as there are intramural sports here on campus, there are also club sports. So, for instance, I'm not going to say one of the games, but one of those games that you just listed, there is a club team that exists here on campus.
That may have won?
Maybe. There may have been a second place prize for that team, but you know, that's the thing with esports. It's because it's so new, and because it does have a lot of similarities to sports, outside of it being online, obviously, is there's a lot of opportunity, like you mentioned, right? With the competitive on a varsity level, D1 level with scholarships, and then also just to chill out with your friends.
Yeah, and students can just kind of pop in if they want to play college football from EA Sports, or they want to play Fortnite, or they want to play one of those many games that you've listed. They can just pop in and play?
Yeah, it's an unreal level of accessibility to watch, to play. I mean, you get to play the same games as all the varsity athletes, and it's a really interesting perspective because you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get to go into that space right there and have such a fun experience doing what you want with your friends while also being involved in such a program like that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, Carson, Izzy, Ryan, thank you for being a part of this, and you guys all have at least a few more years in front of you, and that's really exciting because you're seeing this grow from the very start, and the pace at which it's already grown is remarkable. Let me just ask real quick, and any one of you can answer this, but what's next? What are you hoping is next for this program?
All right, I'll do it. So I think it's a bit of everything, right? From a varsity perspective, an academic perspective, a broadcast perspective, this program, Syracuse University, is here to make the next staple, here to be the best and the next best thing, not only in collegiate esports, but in some cases to rival the professional scene. And that is exactly what Syracuse is here to do. That's exactly what this program is here to do. What Joey Gariziak, the executive director, is here to do, is to rival and be the very best. So what happens next? That's the joy of esports. It's new, and we get to make that.
You said his last name. I just know him as Joey G, because I probably would mess up his last name. So nice job. Nice
Thank
job.
you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for all of what you're doing for this, and we look forward to continuing to watch this program grow. This is fantastic. All right, we are going to now, we mentioned before that we had trivia and we've asked our questions. We have that pickleball set to give away, so we've got to find out who's going to win that pickleball set. And Kim Infanti has moved over to our update desk with that. Kim?
I have Chris, and this is live TV. We're rolling with the punches here, and it turns out that our trivia was working a little too quickly. The answers were coming up and then immediately going away, so no one had time to actually participate in the trivia. So we're going to fix that for our next trivia, for our next show that we're hosting a little trivia challenge, and we'll make sure that pickleball set does get given away once the trivia is properly working. So apologize for that. I'm just seeing, I'm replacing Nico, who just hopped on a flight to get back to California. His grandma is in the chat, just thrilled with the experience that he's having at Newhouse. And that's what today is all about, highlighting the student experience and really, again, recognizing that it's those small gifts that come together to add up to absolutely incredible things. And so I just want to take a peek at the website and as we wrap up this hour, just watching the numbers tick up, it's been truly incredible to see. There's Grandma Horning, who chatted in the chat, seeing 3,136 donors. And what's so cool about this is seeing where these gifts are coming in from, all across the United States, even some from across the world, as Nico mentioned. I do have to say, though, I am highly disappointed in the class of 2006. As we take a look down to see which class is in the lead, I don't even see class of 2006 on the map. So I hope that this lights a fire under my classmates. Chris, I don't see class of 1995 either. What I do see, as Nico pointed out, is an absolutely incredible turnout from our current students, classes of 2025, 24, and then 2023. It's just really neat to see that. Remember, we're working on so many matches and challenges throughout the day, so if you're a first-time donor, if you're just making a gift as part of a different regional challenge, it's really neat to see that these small gifts, you amplify your impact because of the challenge dollars that are on the table. I'm super excited for the shows as our day continues. So with that, knowing that we've been in the show for about 25 minutes, Chris, I'm going to toss it back to you to let us know what is coming up next as Syracuse Giving Day continues.
All right, Kim, thank you. And yes, class of 1995, I'm looking for you. That would be nice. I mean, it's between 06 and 95, me and Kim here, there's a little bit of a rivalry, so it'd be nice to get a little representation for the mid-90s. All right, coming up in our next segment, we are going to talk about medical research, weight loss in particular. Robert Doyle, who's a professor here, has a great team of researchers. We're going to see what they are doing. It is cutting edge. It's not happening anywhere else. That's going to be coming up in the next segment at noon. For now, we are going to take a break here. It is interesting. I do want to point out there are a number of student tours or prospective student tours coming through right now. And yes, folks, we do this every day. It always looks like this in Shine, all the time. That's what Syracuse University is. You know what Syracuse University is, and today we hope that you will support it on Syracuse University Giving Day.